Okay, good morning. So, today we're just gonna go over a few things. I'm rocking the So Over It shirt because I'm just, I'm over it. And I just woke up, so yeah, don't worry about everything not being perfect, right? Okay. So, I want to touch base on healing this morning. It's been heavy on my heart these last few days, and just with all the election and everything going on, I just have been noticing a lot of people in a lot of pain. I know growing up, there was a stigma behind therapy and finding solutions to your anger and getting healing for your trauma through therapy. I know there was a lot of like negative stigma because, just gonna be honest on this channel, Black people do not go to therapy. When you are a child and you are having issues at home, your family tells you what happens in this house stays in this house. So if you're being bullied at school, more than likely you learned how to fight. If you're being talked about, more than likely you learn how to fight, or you end up in the office a lot, or you pretend to be sick, or whatever you decide to try to do to avoid that person taunting you. But just in general, I'm a Black person. All my friends are Black, and none of them are in therapy. And I chose to do therapy for my family. I am a mother of 3, and I didn't want my trauma or my past to be a byproduct of our future, because my children don't know nothing about their life. They were not there. They don't understand it. So the way I parent is a more of a authoritative and not authoritative, because you have to speak to children just like when we were children and no one was speaking to us, right? And then all that trauma and all those issues that we didn't understand how to deal with in a more healthy way, we still do those same tactics in our adult life. When you have an argument with your boyfriend, whatever you were doing when you were a kid is more than likely what you do now that you're an adult. So if back in the day you used to argue with your brothers and sisters when y'all whatever, and it led to a fight, right? It got physical, right? 9 times out of 10, the way you argue and fight with your significant other, y'all probably have put hands on each other, because you did not learn no different way, no more a healthier style of communication. You didn't learn how to navigate those high level feelings. So you're feeling like you're not being heard. You're feeling like you're not being seen. You're feeling like your brother or sister are just disregarding whatever it is, your wishes. And then in turn, as an adult, you become that same little girl, that same little boy, dealing with the issue and feeling like you need to get physical with that person so they can hear you, so they can see you, so they can feel your point of view, right? And that doesn't work. I'm sorry that someone didn't tell you another way to handle situations, but fighting does not lead to an answer. You do, like 9 times out of 10, the fight is about who's going to win. It isn't about the bottom line. There isn't a point to be made at that point. It's literally, I won, you lost, I beat that person up, or whatever. Like, it's never like, oh, I understand you now, babe. Now I get what you were saying was. No. So my hair is really getting on my nerves, guys, but I'm really trying to get this point across, so whatever. So if you know that there has been a death in your family and you are using drugs and alcohol and whatever else you're doing, that does not lead to healing. That just leads to suppressing. Understand? I want you to find a way to seek help. Therapy is your friend. It is a means of answers to your issues. It has solutions that you were never able to come up with on your own. Coping mechanisms, like just things that you've always been you. I'm 29. I've always been Charity. For 29 years, I've always behaved a certain kind of way in situations, and especially in high intense emotion situations. So going through this year of therapy, and I'm still going to continue my therapy, but going through therapy has taught me new ways to combat those high intense emotions that you start to feel when you're arguing with somebody, when you're feeling like you're not being heard, or you're feeling like someone is disrespecting you, or you're feeling like you're just not being whatever it is you were looking to whatever expectation you were looking to feel. And I know, like, this last year to 2 years, there's been a lot of deaths that like have been really unforeseen and really not planned for, as far as there have been young people being killed, not old adults and they were already on their deathbed, or they were battling with cancer or diabetes. No, just everyday young people. And I know a lot of you, just like myself, know a lot of those people that have passed away, and you may have been their best friend, their girlfriend, their fiance, their wife, their husband, their brother, their confidant. So in turn, they were that for you, and now they're gone. We have to heal that pain. We cannot avoid that trauma and believe, with time, I'm going to be okay, and in time, things are going to heal. No, we have to heal that pain. Because that's not like an everyday, you fall off your bike, boo-boo on the knee. You put some alcohol, Band-Aid, you slap it on, and you're okay. A death is like you broke a ligament. You cannot keep walking on that ligament while it is broken. It will be infected. It will create new issues that you've never had before. And it will eventually become more problems throughout your entire life in your body that alcohol and drugs are not going to heal. Do you understand what I'm saying here? A death is like losing an arm. If I come up to you and I just chop your not even the whole arm, I chop it at the wrist. You need healing for that. You need surgical help. That is what the pain is when humans go through these different traumatic events. Some are small. Some will be just a bandage, and you go back and you play. You hang out with your friends, you go to the mall and whatever. And then there are some that are more difficult than that. And in those situations, we need therapy. Therapy is a form of healing. It is not a vent and just talk. It is a form of healing. If you do not seek what has pained you, you will continue to be in pain, and the pain will get worse. It does not happen overnight, and it will happen in time. But now is the most optimal time as any. Understand? I am in school for my psychology degree, but I am also a friend and a sister to many, and I want us all to get that healing and accept that into our lives. Not just accepting God, but accepting the choice to be healed.